Okay, welcome back to Bounce Around Charleston. Standing here with me, Moody Black, and he's here to do something special during this Black History Month. Welcome to Bounce Around Charleston.
Thanks for having me.
Yes,
I'm honored.
The poem that you wrote, what inspired you to write it?
Well, I know that people always talk about Martin Luther King Jr., give you the basic stuff, the Have a Dream speech and so forth. I know people have millions of poems, but I want to dig and research and find some things people may not know about him and put in the poem and kind of make a twist to it, make it more exciting.
When I read it, I saw some things in there that blew my mind.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to talk about it because I want you to tell them about it in the poem. So he really inspired you.
Yeah, oh yeah. And he goes much deeper than how I have a dream and on the mountaintop and things of that nature. But he was a real person who really wanted to give himself to the cause and his people.
And in Greenville, what is that you really do in Greenville?
Well, I host an open mic there every Sunday at Coffee Underground. Shout out to Coffee Underground. And I host slams and I travel and perform my own original poetry as well. Okay.
Stay right here. Okay, we want to thank all of our guests for being here today on Bounce Around Charleston. If you have an event or you would like to be a guest, email us or write us at bouncearound@live5news.com. And don't forget to join our fan pages. And now, Moody Black, take it away.
In May of 1941, at the age of 12, Martin Luther King Jr. asked his parents if he can go to a parade, and they said no. And like any preteen, his curiosity coerced him to go despite his parents' disapproval. When he returned home, he discovered that his grandma had died from a heart attack. And at that moment, his heart must have swallowed an elephant. I can only imagine how heavy that must have felt. So his guilt made him feel like he didn't want to live, like that cross was too big for his young shoulders to bear, like I don't want to be awake, I'd rather dream. So in an attempt to commit suicide, he went upstairs and jumped from the second-story window of his house like an angel who gave up his wings. He was hurt, but he survived. On September 20th, 1958, while on a book tour signing copies of his book Stride Towards Freedom, King was approached by a young lady who asked him if he was Martin Luther King Jr. And when he said he was, she said, "I've been looking for you for 5 years." She then put out a letter opener and stabbed him in the chest. It took the doctors 3 hours to remove it because the tip of the blade was a hair from his heart. His heart must have been sweating bullets, heavy like I don't know how much more I can take. Because if he would have took one deep breath, the point of that blade would have punctured his heart. He would have drowned in his own blood. He was hurt, but he survived. On April 4th, 1968, at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee, Martin stood on the balcony of the second floor hoping to get some fresh air, not knowing that it was going to be his last breath. But with his 39 years of breathing, he had been asking America for equality. America said no. But you know how those revolutionary activists are never taking no for an answer, but rebellion comes with consequence. Where men and women are made of martyrs, where you only see mountaintops in your dreams. That's where he kept Selma in his stride, a Bible by his side, and a 22 on his tongue. But he knew his time had come. He felt his body hit the floor, and at that moment, his heart must have become a boulder. I could only imagine how heavy his heart must have felt. The thoughts running through his mind, like, why people free but we still slaves? How come they sick their dogs on us and we still just marching? What did we really have to do to get judged by our character? I know he had to ask, where was all worth? I wonder if he felt like he shouldn't just jump down for that balcony instead of being shot by bigotry. I know he probably knew that you can only dodge the bullet for so long. What happens when your purpose served its purpose? When destiny dances its last two-step? When that bullet stops the music? When you realize it's your time? When you'd rather be dreaming than to be awake in this reality? Because this reality will shine bell the ringing of your freedom. It will Rosa Parks your will to move. But you got to move. No matter how heavy your heart is, let America know what resilient look like, that you are more perseverance than plantation. Let them know that there's a king in your heart, a mountain in your movement, and when it comes to your freedom, never take no for an answer.